I think he's at the end of a 3-year, $60 million deal. I think he has one more year left on this, 2 more years left on the deal. So with this right now, the question is this going to be enough to cement the Dodgers outfield? We still got that center field gap with Andy Pages, who destroys his role during that regular season, but then we got to substitute in a Tommy Edman or Andy or a Kike or somebody for him in the outfield just in case they need a hit. All right, and he found himself benched in the World Series. But now we have a Kyle Tucker, who is a bona fide pro, been doing it for a while. And I want to go over a little bit of Kyle Tucker and what it is he brings to the table as well. Now, in addition to Cal being a really good player, let's look at his progression over the years. Keep in mind, last year he had that finger injury that he had to deal with, so he didn't necessarily do the very best he could. But let's keep that in context, and let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. Now, this is general stats. You know, I ain't really a big fan of the general stats, so let's talk about some of the actual more broad stats. Will you? Let's go ahead and go there if you don't mind. So let's take a look. This is what StatCast has for him in the last few years, the AL years being his Houston years. Of course, one of those with the World Series. The last year with the Cubs. And the Cubs, if you recall, did not necessarily like him as much halfway through the year. Remember, he was getting booed, and it didn't look like he was really running to first base, and they wasn't really feeling him like that. Well, I bet you they're going to miss him a little bit. But frankly, this does give more way for Seiya Suzuki, who I believe is going to come to the field in Chicago with the highest sense of ferocity, because now he knows what's at stake and he don't want to lose that outfield position no more. I think he's going to get his defense to match his bat, and hopefully you don't have to worry about that gap out there, because they did trade away Owen Casey as well so that they can get Breggy. All right, let's look at these numbers a little bit deeper and let's see what they actually are saying, okay? So if you look closely, you'll notice that Kyle Tucker has OBP that almost never drops below 3. Look all the way over here to the right in front of that slug, and that OBP stay right around 3, and that slug stay around 5. That's where it's supposed to be. So you get that league average of about 8. Now you want that OPS to be at about 1. You want it to be at about 1, 2. You want it to be at about 12 something. You know what I'm saying? But if it's around this area, which is the average, that means that you're more than likely looking at the potential for him to have some more uptick. I also want to look in the middle here. Check this out. Here's 2 numbers that stand out to me tremendously. Check out the BBs in the middle. That's that is walks. All right. Look at how many walks this dude had. Look at the number of walks. Look at those walks, bro. Look at, do you see this 87 walks? Okay, that's nothing to be sneezing at. Each walk is for the Dodgers is a run. Okay, when they get somebody on base, that's why I frankly think, don't be surprised if Luis Arias gets shot to the Dodgers. You heard it here first, but I ain't saying nothing else after that. All right, now check this out. We're looking at the walks. That's crazy. Look at how that gives him his run potential. You notice that those walks, some of them turned into runs. That's why his runs in that fifth column right there is at 91 something. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you what the real big kicker is for me. The one that I think is going to do them the best thing that Tucker is bringing to the table is this stat right here. If you look in the middle, look at the one that is SB, stolen bases. Right now, who's stealing bases for the Dodgers? I'll wait. Who's stealing bases?